Okay, what's up, everybody? Coming to you live tonight from my garage, which is an absolute damn mess. And Pope's around here somewhere. Oh, where'd you go? Okay, I don't know where she went. Um, but my last video, sorry about that. Last video discussed, for us and the situation that we're in, which predominantly most of us were severely abused as children, hence why we got with a narcissistic individual to begin with. And the fact that life is going to be an eternal learning lesson for us. There is no end. And it surprises me that I haven't made a video about this before, but I have. And what I want to discuss today is that one of the things you need to start focusing on and start realizing is that not everything is your fault. Now, this is hard for people that have been abused their whole life. The first, let's just say, 18 years of your life abused, because the abusers made everything your fault. If they had a bad day at work, they came home and you were 4, 5, 6 years old, it was your fault because there was a Cheerio on the floor, right? Or they got a speeding ticket and it's your fault because you were singing along with the music in the back seat, or you name it. Everything pretty much was made to be your fault. You were the scapegoat. You were the problem that was there for these abusers. Now, we all know in reality that you were not the problem. They just projected it upon you and put it on you so that they wouldn't have to face it themselves because they were weak-ass fucking pussies. But nonetheless, with 18 years of training of somebody telling you that everything is your fault, at some point, that sinks in a little bit. So what you have to realize, and still, I'm much, much better about it, but still what I have to deal with in my life is understanding that a lot of shit that I think is my fault is not my fault at all. And that goes into, familial relationships, friendships, business transactions, romantic relationships. Basically, the whole spectrum is one of my instinctive reactions that I have to check myself on is jumping to blame myself first. Let's say, business transaction doesn't go through or the client is unhappy. One of my instinctual reactions is like, oh my God, what, did I say something wrong? Or was it too expensive? Like, what could I have done better? Which not necessarily is the truth. Again, checking reality. You always have to do this constant reality check. Checking reality is, most of my clients are absolutely overjoyed with what I do, and they say that my price is more than reasonable. So my kind of my mindset of wanting to think it's my fault is actually not true at all. But it's kind of, you almost can't help it. You really, really have to constantly check yourself, moment by moment, day by day, situation by situation, whether this shit is your fault or not. Now that can go with friendships too. If somebody just starts acting weird, and you go, "Oh my God, what did I do? What did I say? What happened?" And you just start to blame yourself for everything. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You don't know what's going on with these people. Like with some of the clients, and they start bitching about, oh, that's too expensive. They're broke. Let's just say, for circumstance, they say it's too expensive because they're broke. That has nothing to do with my price. That has the fact that they don't have enough money. That's why. But these are people that, again, are projecting upon you their own faults. Maybe if they had a better job or, they worked harder, they wouldn't complain about it being broke or complain about the price, And with friends and stuff, if, they act weird. Maybe they had just an off day, or they're in an argument with their spouse or significant other, and they're just taking it out. And you have to realize that a lot of people take shit out on other people, even though it's not your fault at all. It's actually pretty much human nature is always to take it out on somebody else and not take accountability for yourself. Thankfully, we can learn to do that. And then, in romantic relationships too, let's say you're dating and something falls through, and you're like, God, I must have fucked something up. What happened? What did I do? What did I do? That's your first instinct as an abused person, as the people that we've been raised to be, is that reaction. But then again, you don't know that. There's no truth telling you that you actually did something wrong. This person could be tied up with an ex. This person could be going through some kind of emotional trauma situation themselves. They could just be immature and stupid. They could be any number of things that have absolutely nothing to do with you. So I guess really the whole grand point of this video is really start checking yourself. When you start to feel that feeling, in any one of these situations, when you start to feel that feeling of like, what did I do wrong? That instant start to blame yourself, check that. And second guess that and go, well, maybe that's not the case at all. Just think that. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to go through that too long. Just put that thought process in your mind. Maybe it had nothing to do with me. And that will change almost everything, like I said, it's ingrained in our minds to blame ourselves. We've been taught that since we were children. If you were an abused child like I was. And it's not, none of it was true. We were fed basically a bullshit lie our whole life. So start checking that lie. Every time it comes up, check that lie. Really did it have anything to do with me? Nah, probably not. Probably not. And I'm not saying go through life completely self-absolved of everything, like, oh, I never do anything wrong, because then you become the fucking narcissistic bastard. But check it against reality. If some person tells you you're an asshole, but 90% of other people tell you how sweet and caring you are, it might not be true, right? Just check all this stuff. And I think I actually made a similar video before, but not as direct. So really that's all I have to say for tonight, and I'm going to try to sneak up on Pobe and get her in camera, unless she runs under the... Yeah, she ran under the car. Alright, that's it. Tell me what you think. If you like it, whatever.